With the phylactery secured and the lifeless form of Brazamal lying at their feet, a triumphant aura surrounds the heroes. However, their victory is short-lived, as a faint tremor begins to shake the remnants of the once majestic citadel of weeping dragons. Dust drifts down around them, followed by pebbles cascading from above. The druidic magic that sustained the massive rock column in midair seems to be waning, and the citadel itself threatens to crumble upon them. Aware of the impending danger, the heroes hastily distance themselves from the falling debris. As the rocks rain down around them, a sudden appearance startles the group, the ominous Fabler, who had concealed himself with invisibility until now. He offers his congratulations on their victory and proposes to convey the news to his enigmatic master. Curious about potential rewards, the heroes accept his offer but quickly turn their attention to their next course of action. They decide that their first priority should be gathering more information about the phylactery and its usage against Dragotha before continuing their perilous quest. Back in the city of Winitha, Illican keenly observes the escalating tensions within the city's walls. Troubling news spreads like wildfire. The Overking has dispatched a portion of his formidable army to the distant city of Delaric. Whispers in the streets suggest that the Overking has forged an unholy alliance with Delgolth, the ruler of Rinloru, with sinister intentions to overthrow Mage Prince Lacaster, the beloved leader of Winitha. Within the city, the efforts to construct a tower resembling a ziggurat or stepped pyramid intensify, designed to draw necromantic energies and neutralize the threat posed by the undead legions of Rinloru. Even the enigmatic secret police force of Winitha, known as the Blessed Angels, lends their support to this monumental task. Concerned about the escalating situation, Illican recalls the magical ring given to him by Drenger. With a focused intent, he uses the ring as an anchor to open a scrying portal that links him to the vicinity of his comrades. Drenger yields to the gentle pull of the magical connection, and Illican directs his concentration towards Drenger's surroundings and soon locates a nearby bush. With another effort of will, Illican steps into the very trees of Winitha's serene parks, emerging beside the chosen bush near Drenger's location. As the portal closes behind him, the remnants of the bush smolder in the fiery wake of Illican's passage. After a brief deliberation, the heroes resolve to return to Winitha with Illican, each cautiously stepping into the seemingly ordinary bush and emerging back within the city's walls. Moments after their arrival, Fainlun experiences a mental connection, ascending from Lashana herself. She extends her congratulations on their recent success and urges them to persist in their quest to vanquish Dragotha. Without hesitation, Fainlun sends a resolute affirmation. With renewed purpose, the heroes make their way to the towering construction site where the necromantic tower is rapidly taking form. Fainlun, never one to delay, boldly asserts his authority as the king of the dwarves, but the lieutenant in charge, unfazed by this claim, informs them that he's the third to make such a declaration that day. To the group's surprise, the lieutenant recognizes Aurora as the savior of one of his nephews. In response to their inquiries, he explains that the construction is progressing well, with Winitha's armies fortifying themselves at the border. However, a looming threat hangs in the air, the fear of a devastating aerial assault by Dragotha and his draconic allies before the tower's completion. The heroes secure an audience with the beleaguered Mage Prince, whose anxious demeanor reflects the city's escalating tensions. He confirms the lieutenant's account and reveals his concerns about Dragotha's unpredictable presence. Mage Prince Lacaster implores them for their assistance in eliminating Dragotha as an unpredictable variable. He assures them that his guards and the army will hold the line against any terrestrial assault until the tower's construction is finalized, but he's overwhelmed, lacking the guidance of his chief advisor, Lashana, who remains in hiding. Despite the dire circumstances, Fianlun, ever the warrior, inquires if the Mage Prince might imbue his weapon with potent magic, but is refused. Aurora, meanwhile, employs her persuasive skills to request a suit of half-plate armor. The heroes spend the night in Winitha to recover from their recent exploits, and upon the break of a new day, they set forth to the northeast, seeking counsel from the wizards residing within the high spire. Their arrival grants them an audience with Agath, the cleric of Bakob, once a servant of Balakard. To their regret, they admit to Agath that they have yet to locate his elusive master. In exchange for knowledge, Aurora offers information about dragons, although Agath is uncertain about what she seeks in return. Ultimately, the heroes unveil their true intention, the method to destroy Dragotha's phylactery. Agath diligently consults his ancient tomes and affirms the formidable resilience of a lich's phylactery. Ordinary weapons prove ineffective, but he advises that powerful magical weapons, when wielded with enough force or potent spells, hold the potential to damage it. With their newfound insights, the heroes proceed further northward. At a shrine of Foltus in a small village found on their way north, Aurora takes a moment to meditate, securing a sanctified point of return for her word of recall spell. Then, under Illicon's guidance, the heroes collectively embrace the transformative magic of Windwalk, transmuting into wisps of ethereal cloud. Enveloped in the enchantment's embrace, they soar high above the Flanmi River, witnessing the amassed armies of Rinloru below, and traverse the Nordan Hills, ultimately arriving within the Great Rift. Having touched down on the plateau, a place fraught with memories of their last stand during their time travel adventure, the heroes decide to rest. They allow Illicon the necessary time to recover his most potent spells, knowing they will require every advantage in the treacherous journey ahead. As dawn breaks, Stray Dog, the resourceful Kenku rogue, takes up the mantle of scouting. He discovers a precarious route leading down into the perilous chasm known as Wormcrawl Fissure. This deep, winding canyon, an extension of the Rift Canyon's westernmost reaches, is notorious for its enigmatic and hazardous nature. The Wormcrawl Fissure can be categorized into two distinct zones: the heights and the depths. The heights encompass the first 300 feet of the fissure's descent. The labyrinthine caves that pockmark the cliffs here are infested with various groups of miscreants and goblinoids, along with swarms of vermin and airborne monsters. The Wormcrawl depths, shrouded in an ever-present cloud cover that obstructs sunlight, provide the ideal breeding ground for the undead minions of Caius. Rumors suggest that the fissure's deepest point lies a mile below sea level, and the caverns that branch from its cliffs may reach even greater depths. Descending into the depths, the heroes find themselves on a rocky expanse, following the nearly dry riverbed that winds among jagged stones. It isn't long before the sharp eyes of Aurora and Stray Dog discern peculiar tracks, markings of creatures that appear to have missing limbs or phases of existence that fade in and out. Undeterred, they proceed, crossing the riverbed. Their journey introduces them to more tracks, this time belonging to a colossal insectoid creature. Determined, they follow this trail southward. However, their pursuit is soon disrupted by the sudden appearance of a winged and ominous figure emerging from the ever-present shroud of clouds above. This creature bears 3 skull-like heads, a Chius chimera. It swoops down upon Illicon, delivering powerful strikes to the druid. Illicon valiantly withstands the blows, and the final attack aimed at his life is miraculously deflected by one of Fainlun's protective runes. Nevertheless, a sinister necromantic worm emerges from the creature's maw, making a vile attempt to attach itself to Illicon. With rapid reflexes, Illicon wards off the insidious parasite. Fainlun, displaying his combat prowess, grapples the ferocious beast, while his comrades barrage it with spells and strikes. As the creature succumbs to their combined assault, one of the loathsome worms attempts to burrow into Fainlun's hand. However, the resilient dwarf's quick reflexes prevent the intrusion. He seizes the vile worm, crushing it between his teeth before spitting it out in defiance. Continuing their journey southward, the heroes encounter a series of lakes. First, a relatively clear lake on their left, and then on their right, a lake with its surface marred by an unsettling greenish-black taint. Intrigued and cautious, they decide to investigate. It becomes evident that the taint originates from a spooky gorge further to their left, a place that seems to exude an aura of decay and foreboding. As they proceed along the edge of the lake, they suddenly sense an eerie disturbance in the air. Instantly, they ready themselves for what could be a dire confrontation. Out of the shrouding mists, a nightmarish assembly of over a dozen grotesquely mutated creatures emerges, bearing the unmistakable mark of the Far Realm. The Far Realm is a realm beyond reason, a place where reality unravels and all logic is rendered meaningless. It defies comprehension, a nightmarish plane where eldritch horrors and madness hold dominion. In this realm, beings are born from the deepest fears and twisted thoughts of sentient minds. They manifest with contorted bodies, eyes without faces, and limbs that defy the laws of nature. These creatures are an affront to sanity itself. The Far Realm rends the fabric of existence, replacing it with a realm of insanity, despair, and chaos. Physics, magic, and reason are cast aside, replaced by unrelenting madness that pushes even the strongest minds to their breaking points. The heroes face these eldritch aberrations, creatures not particularly formidable in physical combat, but possessing an array of potent additional abilities. They assail the heroes with dissonant whispers, maddening gazes, confusing auras, and painful psychic resonances while phasing in and out of dimensions. However, the heroes unite their might, combining blade and magic to confront and ultimately defeat these creatures, who show no inclination to flee even in the face of certain defeat. Following this challenging encounter, the heroes decide to take a brief respite to recover their strength. Once reinvigorated, they press onward, moving further south until they come upon a towering vertical rock spire that pierces the sky. Near the spire's pinnacle, they spot large winged creatures in flight. Stray Dog's keen eyes identify them as chimeras, but their true nature, whether living or undead, remains uncertain. Undaunted, the heroes continue their approach toward the imposing rock spire.